My love, as we step into the final days of May 2025, I invite you to take a breath, not just with your lungs, but with your soul. Because what is unfolding in the sky right now is unlike anything we've experienced in decades. This is not just another moment in the star. It is what I call a portal of remembrance, a gateway of crystalline mental light and intuitive truth. And I feel it with every cell of my being. Something profound is calling us home to ourselves. You may have sensed it already, the way your thoughts have been racing, or how your dreams have grown more vivid, as if they're trying to tell you something that words cannot fully hold. That's because the universe is whispering louder now. It's not merely planetary movement. It's an orchestration of energy so rare, so cosmically choreographed, that most won't even realize what they're standing inside of until it passes them by. But you're here awake, and that changes everything. In today's transmission, I'm going to walk with you through the sacred currents of this celestial convergence. We'll explore the Gemini stellium, igniting the mind, the once-in-a-lifetime Kazimi moment, arriving on May 30th, and the soul deep shift as Saturn steps into Aries for the first time in nearly 30 years. Every planetary movement in this window is aligned with purpose, your purpose. And by the end of this video, you'll understand not only what is happening around you, but how to channel it into your own awakening, your own divine realignment. So stay close, dear heart. What you're about to hear isn't just astrology. It's a message that your soul has been waiting lifetimes to remember. Let us begin. Let us begin with one of the most electrifying alignments of this celestial portal, the rare and potent stellium in Gemini. In these final days of May, three powerful cosmic forces, the Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter, have come together in the sign of Gemini, forming a triad of mental intensity that hasn't graced us in this form for decades. Gemini, the sign of communication, perception, thought, and duality, becomes a sacred chamber for amplified consciousness. And with these three celestial bodies converging here, the mind itself becomes a temple of transformation. The sun, radiant and illuminating, acts as a cosmic spotlight, casting its brilliance directly onto our thoughts, shining light upon ideas we may have hidden from or never dared to speak aloud. Mercury, the planetary messenger and ruler of Gemini, supercharges the speed and sharpness of our thinking. It quickens the pace of mental downloads, causing ideas to spark, scatter, and connect in rapid succession. And then comes Jupiter, the great expander, at its most urgent and fated degree 9. It takes everything that Mercury and the Sun bring to the surface and amplifies it to near cosmic proportions. Not just more thoughts, but bigger ones. Not just more clarity, but deeper truths. This isn't simply about thinking more, it's about thinking with power. During this time, your thoughts are no longer just thoughts. Your words are no longer just words. They are energetic blueprints. They are spells cast into the field of reality. Every belief you affirm, every sentence you speak, every idea you focus on, becomes part of the matrix you're weaving. It's as if the universe has turned up the volume on your inner voice and asked, what reality are you truly choosing to create? But with this mental intensity also comes fluctuation. You may feel crystal clear in one moment and completely fogged in the next. That's not dysfunction, that's the calibration of frequencies shifting in real time. It is your consciousness adjusting to a bandwidth it hasn't fully accessed before. The mind may feel stretched, and emotions may feel erratic. But understand this, the energy is not chaotic, it's activating. It's inviting you to move beyond surface chatter and into profound mental mastery. So as this Gemini stellium lights up the heavens, I invite you to treat your thoughts and your voice as sacred. Speak with intention. Think with awareness. Choose your mental focus like an artist choosing the first stroke on a blank canvas. Because right now, more than ever, your inner world is writing the script for your outer one. Now, let us turn our gaze toward one of the most sacred alignments of this entire portal, the Sun-Mercury Kazimi on May 30th. In astrology, the term Kazimi refers to a planet that is in the heart of the Sunan exact conjunction so precise that it is said the planet is seated upon the throne of divine light. And when Mercury, the ruler of the mind and messenger of the gods, enters this sacred embrace with the sun at 9, Gemini, something rare and almost magical occurs. For a brief and radiant moment, the mental fog that has been swirling around us clears, and in its place we receive a beam of crystalline clarity. It is not merely mental sharpness. It is a kind of spiritual lucidity, as though the universe gently lifts the veil and allows you to see not only the details of your life, but the deeper meaning that threads them together. Thoughts that once felt scattered begin to weave into patterns. Problems that seemed unsolvable suddenly present their own solutions. It is as if you are thinking not just with your mind, but with your soul's memory. This moment offers you the opportunity to understand not only what must be done, but why it matters, and that is the rarest kind of knowing. But there's more. Hovering like a guardian at the edge of this portal is Jupiter at 29 Gemini, what astrologers call the Anaretic degree or the degree of fate. This is no ordinary placement. It is the final, most urgent and energetically concentrated point of the sign. When any planet reaches 29, it's not simply completing a chapter, it's delivering its final message with undeniable force. And Jupiter, being the planet of expansion, truth, and wisdom, is now demanding that we act on what we've learned. For nearly a year, Jupiter has been moving through Gemini, broadening the field of thought communication and mental exploration. It has offered you insights, exposed you to new ideas, perhaps overwhelmed you with options. But now at this critical final degree, it asks, what will you do with all that you've gathered? What truth have you uncovered? What message has been gestating inside of you, waiting to be spoken? This moment is not about starting from scratch. It is about culmination, gathering everything you've learned, every download, every realization, and preparing to release it into form. It is a sacred pressure point where potential must become expression, where knowing must become sharing. And as Jupiter prepares to leave Gemini on June 9th, shifting the focus from mental expansion to emotional grounding in Cancer, this is your final opportunity to anchor your voice in truth and vision. So together, this Kazimi and Anaretic Jupiter create a breathtaking cosmic harmony, a spotlight of awareness, and a final trumpet call. And in this rare alignment, the heavens are not only asking you to think clearly, they are asking you to know deeply and speak courageously. Trust that what rises to the surface during these days is sacred. It is not noise. It is message. It is meaning. It is memory from the stars returning to you just in time. And now, beloved, let us speak of a deeper shift that is more foundational, more structural, and quietly just as life-altering. On May 24th, Saturn, the great teacher, the architect of time and form, entered Aries for the first time in nearly 3 decades. If the Gemini energies are winds stirring the mind, Saturn's move into Aries is the anchoring Ruta call to grounded movement, disciplined innovation, and legacy-level action. Saturn in Aries is not gentle. It is fierce in its intention. It demands that we not just dream, but begin. That we not only think, but build. Aries is the sign of raw impulse, of the spark that ignites the fire. And when Saturn sets foot in this cardinal flame, it brings the sacred lesson: true mastery is born not just from inspiration, but from structure, repetition, and devotion. This is the initiation of a new 30-year cycle. What you commit to now especially the ideas that arose during the Gemini portal, can become the bones of your next life chapter. The universe is asking, what will you dare to create, not just for today, but for the version of you still becoming? And as this anchoring unfolds, the moon, our emotional compass, our inner tide, is weaving its own quiet alchemy. From May 28th through May 30th, the moon makes its passage from Cancer to Leo, carrying us through a deeply personal transformation. While in Cancer, the moon invites us inward into the soft sanctuary of our feelings, our dreams, our unspoken fears. Here we are urged to listen, to nest within, to honor what is delicate and forming in the dark. It is in this space that we water the seeds of what we truly long for, even if we don't yet have the words to name it. But then, the moon enters Leo just as the Kazimi radiates its light across the mental skies. And with that shift comes courage, comes voice, comes a fire that says, I am ready to be seen. The introspection of Cancer transforms into bold expression, and those quiet truths we held so carefully within us begin to rise, asking to be sung, danced, painted, proclaimed. There is a rhythm here, a sacred pulse between inward gestation and outward radiance. The cosmos has aligned these moments with purpose. Feel deeply, then shine fully. So if you have been moving between retreat and readiness, between sensitivity and self-expression, know that this emotional rhythm is not confusion. It is preparation. You are not lost, you are becoming. The moon is guiding you to honor the sanctuary within, then rise from it with bravery and brilliance. And when Saturn's steady hand meets the Leo moon's roar, you are gifted the chance to build your truth into form, not just as a whisper, but as a living, breathing creation. This is the dance of heaven and earth, emotion giving rise to vision structure, giving wings to fire, all of it perfectly timed, all of it divinely woven. Now let us bring this celestial dance down into the sacred temple of your own being and into your mind, your dreams, your decisions. Because the truth is, during this portal, you are not just witnessing astrology, you are living it. The energetic pressure moving through the mental field is real, and many of you have already begun to feel its effects. One moment your thoughts arrive like lightning, rapid, brilliant, electric, and in the next, you may feel utterly overwhelmed as if your mind is swimming through static. This is not dysfunction. This is activation. The nervous system is adapting to a new frequency, one that accelerates your ability to process, connect, and translate insight at near quantum speed. This is why so many of you have been experiencing vivid dreams, uncanny insights, or sudden knowings that seem to drop in from nowhere. The veil between your conscious and unconscious mind is at its thinnest now, and because of that, you may find yourself waking with answers you never knew you had, solving problems that once felt unsolvable, or remembering truths your soul has been whispering for lifetimes. These are what I call spiritual downloads, divine transmissions from the higher mind, often delivered in symbols, images, or sensations that defy logical explanation, but land with deep inner resonance. Whether they arrive in sleep or in the silence between thoughts, trust them, record them, honor them, because they are not random. They are encoded messages perfectly timed for your evolution. Alongside this rising wave of perception comes a palpable sense of urgency, a feeling that something must be decided, that a path must be chosen, that your voice must be heard now. And this too is divine. The cosmos is not rushing you, it is awakening you to the time-sensitive nature of this portal. There are projects that have been stirring within you, conversations you've delayed, truths you've hesitated to name. But now the energy will no longer allow you to hold them inside. The thoughts you are thinking are not just passing clouds. They are soul-level invitations to move forward, to take aligned action, to give form to the sacred work only you can offer this world. So if you feel your heart racing, your mind brimming with ideas, your body pulling you toward a certain direction, do not dismiss it. Sit with it. Channel it. Let it guide you. This isn't pressure meant to break you. It's pressure meant to birth you. Just like diamonds form under tension, just like seeds crack open to sprout, your own brilliance is being coaxed forward by this cosmic intensity. The chaos is not a threat. It is a threshold. And on the other side of it, something incredible is waiting to be born through you. Dearest one, let us speak gently but clearly about what you are being asked to do during this sacred window. The universe has not opened this portal just to dazzle your senses. It has done so to awaken your participation, to invite you into conscious co-creation with the energies that are now pouring through you. And the first and perhaps most important step is this: begin to record what is coming through you. Keep a journal by your bed. Open a notes app on your phone. Whisper messages into voice memos if that feels easier. Because the thoughts, images, feelings, and intuitive sparks that visit you now are not fleeting nonsense. They are breadcrumbs of divine instruction. They are keys. And if you do not write them down, they may disappear before you can fully receive what they are trying to show you. This is not the time to fight the pace of life. You may feel a growing wave of energy building around and within you. Faster thoughts, stronger emotions, ideas asking to be acted upon before you feel ready. Do not resist this acceleration. To resist it is to turn your back on a tide that has come to lift you. Instead, work with it. Steer it. Guide it as you would a river flowing through sacred land. Let your breath and your presence be the rudder. Create quiet moments to integrate the speed, but do not shut it down. It is here with purpose, and the more you open to it, the more gracefully it will carry you to where your soul is destined to go. Above all, my love, this is a moment to trust your intuition more than your logic. The rational mind is a faithful servant, but in times like these, it cannot see the whole picture. It wants to slow down what must now move forward. It wants to measure what must now be felt. But your intuition, your quiet knowing, your inner compass is tuned to a higher frequency now. If a thought keeps returning, if a feeling will not leave you, if you sense something is important even though you can't explain why, trust it. This is the language of the soul. And right now, your soul is speaking in a voice louder than it has in months, perhaps years. And lastly, I urge you, prepare to act. This window will not stay open forever. The Sun-Mercury Kazimi, on May 30th, is the height of mental clarity, and Jupiter's move into Cancer on June 9th marks a shift from thoughts to emotions, from ideas to grounding. The cosmic invitation is this: make your move before the current changes. Speak your truth. Send the message. Launch the project. Say yes to the path your soul has been circling for so long. Because what you act on now will not only bear fruit in the months ahead, it will shape the next chapter of your becoming. This is your moment, luminous one. Not to force, but to flow. Not to overthink, but to align. Not to hesitate, but to rise. And so, my beloved, as we stand at the edge of this portal, I want you to feel the truth, not just in your mind, but in your heart, in your bones, in the quiet echo of your spirit. This is not simply the end of May. It is not just another calendar date slipping past. This is a turning point in your soul's journey, a crossroad between who you have been and who you are now being called to become. The energies of this moment are rare, so rare in fact that they may not return in this exact way again within your lifetime. And that is why the universe is not whispering. It is calling. You are being invited gently, urgently, to listen more closely, to choose more consciously, to act more bravely. This is not a time to sleepwalk through your life or to wait for perfect conditions. This is a time to tune in, open up, and move forward. Because those who are awake now, those who choose to ride this wave with intention, will not just experience change, they will become the change. The truth is, most will miss it. They'll move through these days distracted, unaware, too caught in the noise to hear the invitation in the silence. But not you. You are here. You are aware. You are listening. And that alone means the door is open wide for you to walk through. So as this window narrows, I ask you, what will you do with it? What truth will you speak? What seed will you plant? What path will you finally say yes to? Not out of fear, but out of knowing that your time is now. You're not being rushed. You're being aligned. And the universe in its infinite wisdom is waiting to meet you the moment you say yes. May your steps be sacred. May your choices be brave. And may your soul remember the promise it made long ago to rise when the stars called. That time is here. That time is now.